Welcome back everyone on another episode of Weights and Measures. Today it is Easter Sunday, so I'm going to make this really quick. We're going to just do the snippets and the big portions of the meal prep, but everything will be in the description in the video after I upload the video. So today we're going to be doing a Chipotle chicken bowl copycat recipe. Pretty easy. The hardest part is going to be the rice, and it's going to be marinating, prepping the chicken, and cooking the chicken. So for the rice, again, it'll be in the description, but it'll be lime, some cilantro, bay leaves, a little bit of olive oil, and some white vinegar. That's actually what makes this entire recipe, is that rice, not just a bland rice. And this is actually jasmine rice we're going to be using because that's what I had in the cupboard. I don't have brown rice in the cupboard. I'm going to use jasmine rice. So for the chicken, I did marinate it in some Adobo Chile sauce overnight with a little bit of cumin, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a little bit of cayenne pepper, smoked paprika. And we're going to pan fry that in a cast iron skillet, and everything else is going to be basically the same skillet just thereafter. So, thanks. So I'm doing the rice on the stove top. I'm not doing this rice cooker. I don't use a rice cooker. I don't see a need to buy one because I make it right in a little small pot like this. I followed the directions. I'm using 2 cups of dry rice, 3 cups of water. I'm going to add a little bit of white wine vinegar. This is really to my own taste. I put about 2 teaspoons in there. I'll put about 5 bay leaves on top. I'll squeeze 1 whole lime in there. And then I'll let that come to a boil, and after it comes to a boil, I'll let it simmer for right around 12 to 15 minutes. Jasmine rice cooks pretty quickly because it's already pretty processed. And I've got some pinto beans on the other side, just canned pinto beans. I've got them heated up, and now I've got my cast iron skillet nice and hot, and I'm going to throw my chicken in, and I'm going to brown my chicken. I'm going to add a little bit of the grass-fed butter right to my cast iron skillet. I use the butter for twofold. It tells me how hot my skillet is prior to putting my chicken on, and I like the taste. Even though I put some olive oil with the chicken breast last evening before I put it in the fridge for overnight, I still love the taste of this once you brown it. And like I said, it tells you how hot the skillet actually is. All right, so I'm gonna cook the chicken probably around 8 to 10 minutes each side. Check the temperature, and then we'll put the veggies in as the last step, and then we'll put everything together. So once the rice is starting to simmer, it's starting to get some water in the rice itself. It's not just sitting there all hard. I will then put in the cilantro and I'll stir that around. See how it's already coagulating pretty nicely. Yeah. You can pick the bay leaves out afterward. That's what I do. I'll put more in there. Cilantro's super cheap, and actually I started growing my own, like 97 cents for a bushel, so you can put as much you'd like in there. If you don't like cilantro that much and you like it more of a garnish than actually like a food source, like I eat it as a food source, you can just put a little bit in. So this is what our chicken looks like. You can see here they got some of those little ancho chilies that are in that sauce. They're browning up beautifully. And that's really what you want. You want them to brown up pretty well in the cast iron. And just generic pinto beans. All right, we'll get these out of here. I'll put a little bit more cilantro in the rice. I'll let them simmer. I've already turned them down a little bit. And I'll just basically take them off of heat. Keep stirring the rice around so it doesn't burn at the bottom. And then I'll put my vegetables in. All right, so our chicken is at 165. We're gonna pull this off. I'm going to be using the same pan for the vegetables. I'm just throwing away the 3 chili peppers that were in the skillet. Add a little vegetable oil, not vegetable oil, olive oil. I haven't cooked with vegetable oil for years. I don't even know why I said that. Throw in our vegetables. This is green pepper, red pepper, orange pepper, and some red onion. I'll just put a little bit of salt on those. Wayne, you're not using Celtic sea salt. I forgot to buy some. Ran out, did not re-up. And a little bit of black pepper. I'll just toss these around a little bit. I'm not going to fully cook them, just because I don't mind these being a bit raw when I'm eating them. It tastes better that way, and it actually reheats a little bit better. I do reheat my food. I don't eat it cold. So once they get to a certain point, and you go to reheat them, they'll actually be pretty soggy. It doesn't taste the best. You'll notice that almost every one of my meals that I ever make, I try to cook with the full color spectrum. So I don't like to just have all the same colors on my plate. I like to have go over the RG-BIV, red, green, blue, indigo, violet. I don't know, it just makes it look better, taste better that way as well, and you get a different micro and macronutrients from everything. So that is good. We're going to stop cooking it there, and we're going to just throw everything together, and I'll do a final presentation picture of the finished product. It was actually pretty simple. It only took us, how long did it take us, Art? Like 25 minutes, 30 minutes altogether? Yeah. So it's a pretty quick, easy CopyCat Chipotle recipe. You can do it with beef, you can do it with the pork, like the pulled pork that I put up a few weeks ago. You could use that as well as the main protein source. But I use chicken. I've got like $3 exactly in each one of these meals. So when you go to a restaurant and you buy something similar, it's probably going to be like $9, I think. I haven't been to Chipotle in quite some time, but it could be like $7 to $9. So you're saving a lot per each meal. And I'll just eat one of these plus a different meal for the time I'm at work. So if you like it, please subscribe, like it, and comment if you see anything that I did wrong or you would like to see different. So thanks everyone. Have a great day.